Okay guys, welcome to a rainy, dreary day in Florida. It's actually trying to come out the sun, but not so much. It's been raining like hell lately. Just absolutely rained again today. Poured yesterday. Beat the crap out of my plants. But anyhow, here's an update for y'all. I'm going to start here with my little ones. These are the two supposed white boots. Nobody as of yet has been able to grow this that I know of. That has come out as an actual white boot. They all turn red, so I don't know. I think it might be a scam, but we'll see when they grow up. There's a yellow I got left. That one's still doing good. These are growing kind of slow, but they're coming. That's one of the yellow ones, and the other yellow one, not so much. I don't think it's going to make it, but you know what? I'll tell you what, I gave it a little tug. The roots are still there. The one leaf fell off. I kind of knocked it off, but see that? It's trying like hell to grow, but it just will not spit out that first set of leaves. I think if it ever did, it would be alright, but that little nub there, it's been just burning off, I guess. It just won't do anything, but you know what? I ain't going to pull it out yet. I'll let it go. No harm. Just put it like that so the sun can't hit that little nub, and maybe it'll actually turn into a leaf and do something. But I still have this yellow boot, so that's good enough. Then over here to these that I just put under shelter here because they're still in the sun half a day, but they can't get rained on again because these absolutely got their ass handed to them. I couldn't believe what happened to this one. Look at this one right here. This is a juca. Look at those leaves. You can talk about getting a thrashing. They were all bruised and everything else. Now this was just yesterday. They were all wilted down, and tell you what, overnight they just perked right up. Even the ones that are all jacked up like that leaf, just bam, right back up in the air like all proud. Look at that one. How the hell is that leaf even doing that? I don't know, but anyhow, shows how tough these sumbitches are. It's gonna be fine. It's just got to recover from that crap, so I'm giving them a little break out of the wind and rain. And these are all these all have acted kind of odd. I think they were getting too much water out there and just too much of a beating out there. I had them outside the cage, and the pool cage, and they were in full sun, full wind. So I think I pushed them a little hard. They're growing really kind of weird, but they're still alive. They're gonna make it. That's a primo and a fatale, two jucas, and that's a maruga all from Tonley. And let's see, these are the other ones, the ones that are doing really good. We're up to I don't even know how many. I put all the ones from sack 59 I got potted yesterday. Those 7 or 8, and they're out there on the patio. Get to them in a minute. But these are all doing really good, even taking on all that water. I mean, these things were filled with water and they drained really good, so they're fine. They love water, these plants. I don't know, I never really have a problem with it because they drain so well, and it's so hot here, so I don't know, water doesn't be a problem as long as it doesn't sit in the bottom. This is a 7-pod mystery. I think it's a 7-pod. Once I get some pods on it, I'm going to have you guys at a chili grower try to figure out what the hell it is. This one is a 7-pod Jonah. It's doing pretty good. I don't think I have, some of these are starting to finally pod up all at once. They all finally decided. It must be something with the weather. I think I got a little one started back there. That's about it right now. Look, the flowers are going. This is a 7-pod white. It's doing really good. These two are both these 7-pod. I think it's a white. Yep, that's a 7-pod white. That's a 7-pod white, and they're both really just super healthy. Got all kinds of flowers. I check the flowers. I just feel them. If they do that, yeah, see ya. Get the hell out there. If they can't take a little touch, then they shouldn't be on there in the first place. They wouldn't have made it. So that's what they've been doing for a long time here. I want to show you guys something else too I found, if anybody really cares, but I noticed this on some of my other plants that were over on the other side over there waiting to get potted. Check that out. See the little drawings on there? It's like a looks like somebody took a frickin' pen and drew all over it. And they're all over, and they grow. It travels around. I finally found out what the hell it was. Kind of freaked me out. They were all over. Every couple plants have a couple leaves like that, and every design is different. And what it is it comes from mine are from white flies, the little tiny white flies, and they always sit on my plants, and I don't know they didn't really ever do anything to them, not that I could see. So I just left them alone and couldn't really spray for them from what I read until they're in a certain stage of growth. So I just left them. Well, come to find out, they lay eggs, and these are leaf miners. That's what those are. They go between the dermis and the epidermis, or the front, the top and the bottom, whatever the hell it is, and they just drill their way around your friggin' plant. So they will actually waste your leaves. And the bad part is, there isn't much you can do about it. You can spray for the flies. If you catch them right at the perfect stage of development, you can kill them. But even all the miticides and all that, it doesn't touch them. It didn't touch them. I sprayed my plant with, I don't remember what it was, Azamax for aphids, and all, it kills about everything, and it didn't even, they were right back the next day. But the good news is, all you really got to do is keep your plants healthy and keep them growing strong, and you basically want to outgrow the damage. Grow more than they can damage. Oops. And sooner or later, they go in series, they go in periods of about a month of this happening, and if you can get through the month, you're good. So that's what I read about it. But anyhow, if you ever run into that, it's a leaf miner. This is a, what do we got here, 7-pod burgundy, doing good, got nice thick stalks, everything's real healthy. Doesn't have a lot of leaves on it. It's kind of a different looking plant. It's got a few flowers on it, but nothing major. No pods yet, no pods on the whites yet. These are the red savinas. I got 3 of them. That one, they're all almost identical in growth. They're all doing about the same thing, and every one of these plants needs a nice batch of CalMag, but I can't give it to them because it keeps freaking raining. If it would stop raining, they'd get some. So getting a little bit of crinklage here and there, but nothing major. Still sprouting out really nice growth. Sorry if this comes out a little dark because there is no sun. It's about getting ready to rain here in about 2 minutes, so this might end abruptly. Because when it rains here, it doesn't just rain, it rains like a son of a bitch. So let's see, this is a Naga 7-pod cross. This one I'm really dying to get some action on. See, every one of these plants got like 2 leaves that had that on there. Anyhow, there's no pods on this one, but I believe there's one on this Naga 7-pod. That one's grown a little pod. It's the only one on the whole plant so far. But anyhow, it's a pretty healthy little pod. Matt said these are going to be really good flavor, super hot. So we'll see how that comes out. Looks like this one's starting to hold a couple. These are the, what are these? These are the brain strains. That's the best one I got. That one's a pretty nice sized plant. It's pretty good size, got growth all the way up. I don't think it's starting to really hold pods. There's one that looks like it's getting ready to go, but let's give it the finger test. Yep, look how tough that little thing is. See, that'll make it. There's another one that's ready to go. Yeah, he's going to make it too. Flower fell off and it isn't falling off, so good to go. Looks like I might have a couple of them coming up pretty soon. This is another brain strain, planted at the same time, everything the same, and look at that, day and night. There's another brain strain. Those 3 were all planted at the same time. So this one had a little issue. I don't know what the hell happened to it, but these big leaves are kind of freaked out. They're all curled up, but they've been that way for a long time. I think I had to pull the center off this if I remember right. See how it's all coming out there now? So it got a nice Y to it again right here. So it's gonna go. It's all the new growth just came out in the last 2 days, so it's fine. It'll go. This is the time of year they're just gonna go nuts. This is another brain strain without any open flowers on it at all, just a bush. So we'll see how that one goes. This is a chocolate boot. I know they all kind of look the same at this point. Yeah, I don't think I have anything on that except a few flowers. And these are 2 Nagamoriches. They're doing real good. They're pretty healthy. Kind of gangly, but what the hell. I don't think I have any on there. Maybe one little pod. Oh yeah, there's one right there. That's about it. And down here I got a couple Maruga blends. I don't remember all this from Neil. I got a few of them from him, it turns out. I think I had them going and these almost died. These 2 right here are the ones I put lime in the dirt and about just absolutely killed them. They were withered and yellow and absolutely dead, and I just said to hell with it and left them go. And they came back. So these are the two that were on death's door. And they're doing pretty good. They're getting pods. Their leaves look great. Really healthy. This one's doing better than the other one. It's really nice. It's got leaves all the way down, which I don't know. I never really seem to get any pods on the bottom anyhow, so I don't know how much good that really does me, having leaves all up and down the stem. Nothing ever grows down in the bottom for me. This is a really bushy 7-pod brown, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look. Yep, 7-pod brown. That's like a bush instead of a tall plant. I can't even back up far enough to give you a look at that. That's that, really bushy, no pods yet. These are all 7-pod browns. They're really coming into their own now. That one, and I believe that's a 7-pod brown also. And this one is the Douglas Cross. That's this one right here is supposed to be just screaming hot. This is another one from Matt M. Gold. Oh, there's another flower that ain't gonna go any farther. Anyhow, that one looks pretty healthy, so it's ready to start kicking. Oh, what do we have here? This is a butch tea. These are 2 butch teas actually from Neil. Right here. That one's really kicking out to the side. And that one's nice and healthy. I had to stake, we had a massive windstorm, good 30-40 mile an hour gusts coming through this cage, and I had to stake that one up. I just got sick of seeing it blowing and blowing. Even though they were handling it pretty good, it was just, they were getting a little too top heavy to handle that. Got a little bit too beat up. I don't think I have any pods on either one of these, but I got a lot of flowers on there. This is the Primo. It's really starting to fill back in from being a little bit beat up from calcium deficiency. I don't think there's a single pot on that one either. And this one is kind of mingling over there. That's a boot. It's coming out just like my other ones are. My other one used to just way out to the sides. It's going to be huge. This thing is going to be another 4-foot, 5-foot wide plant again. Just like my last one that I tried to overwinter. That's that. That's another one right next to it. And these have little tiny peppers on them somewhere, but I can't find them right at the moment. They're around here. Oh, there's one right there, hanging up there. He's just coming out. Back in that corner is a Douglas I had to stake. That's, I think wind got the roots kind of messed up, but it's really almost so thick in the middle I can't even tell if it's getting pods in there or not. There's too much crap to look through, so I'll wait for something with color before I can see it. This one is another Douglas from Neil. Or I'm sorry, these two are both from a guy on eBay, which actually so far I think his stuff is growing true. Pretty much, we'll see. But it put out 2 little pods. This one here in the corner put out these little pods that were like 1 inch long, not even 1 inch long, perfect brown Douglas, hotter than hell, and just this miniature perfect pepper. And that's it, nothing else. So we'll see. Seems like all these plants, every single one of them has to have a full row of flowers. They all drop, and they get another row, they start to drop, and then they set. So I don't know if it's something with the weather down here or just the way I do things, but I'm kind of getting used to just not having them first flowers do a damn thing except look good. This is a Douglas that's kind of thinning out now that I look at it. That rainstorm, you can see down there, it beat the shit out of this. Really knocked a lot of leaves off, so they might have been weak leaves anyhow, because I don't know how the hell you'd knock these off, but probably just weak ones. This one is a Douglas. That's a Douglas, and that's a Douglas from Neil, and that thing is just a friggin' horse. Probably the healthiest plant out here. Look at all the leaves on that thing. It's like a bush. It's just thick. I'm not even really sure what's going on in there. There's, looks like it branched out a few times. Yeah, it's got branched out like 4 times. So it's just becoming a bush. It's finally, it hadn't made flowers till just like 2-3 days ago. All of a sudden it's got flowers everywhere. So maybe they'll stick. Probably not though. Probably fall. These are my overwinters, as you probably all know, because I keep going back to them. This is my butch tea that's just putting crazy amount of peppers on itself now. All the old leaves that have been there all winter are starting to finally fall off. All the tough boys that stuck it out the the rain took a lot of them off, but they're all like plastic almost. They've been on there so long. Like this one, it's just shitty leaf. It shouldn't be there. So they're falling. This thing has just got pods galore everywhere, and they're growing just real fast. I mean, every day they're growing half an inch. No exaggeration. 3/4 of an inch. I come out the next day, I'm like, how can that possibly grow that much in one day? But it is. They're all over the place in here. That's just one little corner of this plant. They are like just prolific in here. All taking really nice shape. They all got the nice tails like they're supposed to. And that's good the other day. And I had them in my fridge, and I took them to work today. And I'm telling you what, those little suckers, I swear to God, they're much hotter than last year. And they are just inedible hot almost. Oh, and that's my overwinter boot. It finally came alive, even though the leaves look like they got deficiency. They're all got yellow tinged edges, but hey, it's growing like hell. All of a sudden it just started to do it. So I'm just gonna leave it sit there and do what the hell it does. I can't CalMag it yet because it's too wet, so it's kind of the situation with all of them. That's fine, they're growing, so what the hell. This is the one of them. I'm gonna back up here. This is one of the Morugas that I overwintered. It's losing all its old year-long leaves too, and just kind of starting some new growth, and it's got peppers completely all over it, as does this one. There's about 40 on there at least on each one of those. This one is finally ripening, this mean thing I showed you last time. This thing is fully ripe actually, except for the very center. Pretty mean looking. I don't think I want to eat that one whole. There's another Moruga hiding back here that's pretty mean looking too. It's looking good. I'm not sure, that doesn't look like it's coming out very clear. Something about red on this camera. Every time I point it at anything bright red, it freaks out and gets blurry and doesn't really, like, screws up the way it senses it. It's not a good thing when I'm growing peppers, because there's going to be a lot of red out here. That's a nice looking little monster there, just starting to turn. Thing's pretty chunky. I don't think I want to eat that one whole either. There's some really nice growth on this plant. This one here is definitely the strongest. It's got them all over the place. They all start really light green, and then they go to dark green, and then it takes forever, and they finally turn red. Anyhow, let's go out here and show you what I got going out here. These are the ones I had already out here. These are yellow 7-pod XL. These are the big yellow ones. So hopefully these go. See, these flowers are not really happening. See that? Not good. I don't see anything sticking on it yet. This is a yellow scorpion. Those are doing really good. There's two of them. One right there and one right there. They look really healthy. They're starting to almost look like they might start growing peppers, but not quite. And I've gone through about 2 complete flower drops now, so we'll see. These look pretty sturdy. These are stout. And this is a Habalokia. I don't know, it doesn't look so great, but it's growing. Just taking on a weird shape. All the leaves are coming out real little. I think it needs a little CalMag, so you can see right there. But once again, can't really water the damn thing. They're really kind of waterlogged. Not bad, but definitely ain't gonna water them. This is a peach Habalokia, and this one actually has some freaking peppers on it. All of a sudden I didn't realize it, and I looked under there, and there's a bunch of them. So that's kind of an odd looking pepper. I guess it's like a peach habanero boot, but it looks like it's going to be like a boot with a rounded bottom. So that's kind of nice looking. We'll see if it comes out peach. And what it tastes like, I have no idea really what to expect out of flavor of that. And this is 2 Butch Teas from Neil that got started late when I thought I was going to lose those other ones. I started a couple more just in case, and now they're all growing, so got lucky there. These are the ones I just potted up from Sac 59 up in Canada. Seeds he was nice enough to send me. These were really kind of beat to hell when I put them in there. They were on the porch and the rain just pounded them, but they're doing pretty good. They look like they're doing pretty good. overnight. It's a red mushroom. Pretty healthy looking. It perked right up. This is a red Scotch bonnet. 2 red Scotch bonnets. And a yellow Scotch bonnet. And another yellow Scotch bonnet. Oh, wait a minute, how the hell did I get 3 of those? Oh, that's a yellow Scotch bonnet, that's a yellow Scotch bonnet. And this is a yellow brain strain, the one I wasn't sure if I was going to give it a chance and give it a bucket, but I'm just going to give it a bucket. And it keeps growing, it just looks weird. Look at the coloring. The leaves come out like that. Even yellower than that. And then they turn dark green and look perfect. So, but this thing took a beating in the storm too, and yeah, all kinds of problems, but I'll give it a go. At least it's growing. What the hell? And this is a Pereira, the one I wanted the most from Sac 59. And I'm going to see what that tastes like. He said it was one of his favorites out of his new grows last year, so hopefully it works out. Anyhow, that's that. Thanks for watching, and another couple weeks I'll do another one. Take it easy.